Cardiff needed 2 points to maintain the pressure on Manchester on Saturday night. Current champions Ayr took a power play lead through Sean Byram to be 1-up at the end of the first. But the Devils weren't having any of that. They crammed in 4 second period markers. This one from Steve Moria, Simeone providing the help. John Parco gave Ayr some hope with this effort to bring the score back to 4-2 heading into the third. However, it was Cardiff outshooting Ayr 40-28, and they scored the only third period goal. Martin Lindman finding the empty net. A crushing victory here at Newcastle last Saturday saw Sheffield climb up 3 places, even though Jamie Black gave the home team a first-minute lead. The Steelers' attack was spurred into action. They took a 2-1 first-period lead. Scott Allison got his first of 2 on the night to equalize before Teeter Wynn latched onto Allison's drop pass to put the visitors in front. Allison and Priestley notched the third and fourth before Ed Courtney rounded off the scoring. For the 4th time in 8 league games at the London Arena, it went to OT. The visitors' Ayr took the first period lead through David St. Pierre. It stayed that way until a frantic 60-second spell midway through the second. First skipper Ian Cooper tied the game up. Then Jason Campo beat Riendu to edge the Knights in front 27 seconds later. Ayr then went up the other end to make it 2-2 through Mark Wolf, and it stayed like that through extra time. So the Seconda Super League looks like this. Manchester, Cardiff, and Nottingham battling it out at the top, while positions 4 to 8, they're only separated by 3 points.
Well, it doesn't make happy reading, does it, for you and the Scottish Eagles? 6th place, the Grand Slam last year.
Beginning to take off in this country. Super League have just held their first one. A North versus South encounter, and Nick was there.
Well, Christmas is over, but the fun certainly isn't. We're down at the London Arena to witness the thrills and spills of the Ice Hockey Super League's first All-Star game. Let's go see what the fuss is all about. Well, I'm with 2 guys that you wouldn't expect to see on the same line. Jeff Hode from the Ayr Scottish Eagles and Jonathan Weaver from the Manchester Storm. Is it a bit awkward playing against or playing with each other now?
No, I just found out right now that we're on the same line. I don't think so. I think everyone's just taking it for what it is. It's a fun day, and we're going to have some fun out there.
Jeff, it's a little bit quiet in the changing room. I think the guys are a little bit more serious about this than you're letting on.
Well, you'd think by walking the dressing, the mood looks like the guys are taking it pretty serious, but it's a fun day. It's for the fans, and hopefully we'll go out there, have a good time, and the fans will enjoy it. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, we've seen what the atmosphere is like in the northern changing room. Now let's see what it's like in the southern. Things seemed pretty tense as the players prepared, but as soon as they came onto the ice, the fun began. As well as the main game itself, there was plenty for the fans to see as the North and the South tested their skills against each other, starting with the fastest skater and then the puck control contest. Well, it's the time for the hardest shot competition now. This is the one that everyone's looking forward to. There's a speed gun behind the net. Players wind up, take their hardest shot, and the winner of this, he's normally the king of the skills competition. And it was Sheffield's John Wynn registering a 93-mile-an-hour blast that won him the title. John, bit of a surprise win there. I thought the favorite was going to be Chris Brandt.
Well, it goes every day. Someone might be feeling better another day, and I think that first shot his was pretty hard, but he might have got it up a little too high. So you never know. There's a lot of guys in the league that maybe aren't here that have a lot harder shot than I do. So it's a day-to-day competition, and I'm happy to win today.
It was a great time for the fans who traveled from all over the country to meet their hockey heroes in the flesh. Now, I'm a big fan myself, so I'm going to get a couple of autographs. Ivan, you mind doing that for me, please? To Nick? Yeah.
Okay, best wishes or love?
Best wishes.
Okay, I'm glad you asked for best wishes.
So the game action began with the North opening the scoring through Rob Wilson. Then Again, the South pulled one back to make it 2-1 at the end of the first, thanks to Mike Bishop's deflection. Weaver opened the scoring in the second to make the scoreline 3-1 to the North. But the South gallantly fought back with this goal from Ian McIntyre to make it 4-3. And Nottingham star Jamie Leach evened the scoring to make it 4-4 at the end of the second. Coach Evie, 4-4 going into the third. You happy with everything?
Well, if the Cardiff guys can get their act together, if they get their act together, we should be okay.
Coach Kurt Kleinendorf, how are things going?
Well, we're doing all right here. We didn't do very well in the skills competition, but I guess we're not a very skilled team. I don't know, but right here we're all right. It's 4-4, 13 minutes left in the game. We're all right.
In the third, this goal from Ian Cooper took the South ahead with a 5-4 lead. Watch out for the falling cookie jar. Ken Priestley leveled the score in the last 2 minutes. It finished 5-all. Much to the crowd's delight, the game went to a penalty shootout. Weaver opened the penalties for the North, but some fantastic saves from Stephen Foster meant that Byram's shot gave the North All-Star team the win. But we mustn't forget the tremendous effort by the South to win the skills competition. And Jonathan Weaver stole the glory as this year's MVP. Well, it's been a tremendously successful first Ice Hockey Super League All-Star game, and we can't wait until next year. Have you guys had a good time?
Well, it looked like a lot of fun.
Even though our two studio guests, Kurt Kleinendorf from Manchester and Don McKee from Sheffield, have been saying that it wasn't a bad performance by any means by
Yeah. The fact is they have now gone out of Europe and they've lost the Benson and Hedges Cup final. They're, what, 6th in the league or something like that. He's going to have a job, isn't he, Kurt, just rebuilding morale a little bit amongst his players, getting them going again and making them think that there is something left in the season for them.
No, you're right. I think they're probably as successful as they've been. The last week has got to affect their morale a little bit. I mean, they're at a very vulnerable point. They've lost out in a very big game in Europe that they should have probably gotten the point that they needed. They come in here, they lose in a championship game. But, Jim knows what to do. He did it all last year. He knows how to pick them up. They've just got to realize that they played in 2 big games, and, they could have easily been 2-0. They're 0-2. You got to put the past in the past. You got to move on and just deal with whatever lies in the present for them. Jim says they've got some players out. Can't use that as an excuse. You have to find a way to win.
Thanks very much, Kurt. Greg Haddon from the Nottingham Panthers is talking to Nick Rothwell.
Greg, I think the Nottingham effort's just written all over your face just about now.
Yeah, I took a puck from Pekka Verta on the power play when I was down, but with him scoring 2 goals, I think I'll let it slide tonight.
What an incredible effort from the Nottingham Panthers. You guys really dug deep for this one.
I think so. We went out there and played a great game. I thought Air played a really good game too. That type of hockey and the level and the quality it was, I think, is not only good for the Super League, but great for all the fans.
It was one of those games that just could have gone either way, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. I think we came out hard right off the beginning, and then they got the first goal. And anything could have happened after that, but we fought back and ended up getting 2 more.
That goal you got back on the next shift, that's just what you guys needed, the answer?
Oh, definitely, because we had the momentum going our way, and then when they scored, it kind of shifted for a second, and to get another goal and get the momentum going our way again was really big.
Really turned out to be a battle of goaltenders, didn't it?
It did. Vincent Riandu's a hell of a goalie, and so is Trevor Robbins. You got to give them both credit. A 2-1 game. It's not the goalie's fault, that for sure.
Well, go get a Band-Aid on your forehead, Greg.
All right, thanks a lot.
Greg Haddon, who was beaten up a little bit, wasn't he, tonight? But he played his part, certainly, in Nottingham's victory here in the Cup final. People like Greg and Jamie Leach, perhaps we didn't see quite as much as we would have expected to see from those guys, but I guess the good thing from Mike Blaisdell's point of view is that other people stepped up, Don.
Well, definitely. When you're using 4 lines, you're not going to see Haddon and you're not going to see Leach. I was surprised that Leach didn't get more ice time tonight. I was looking for him, but every time he was on the ice, he was an impact player, and he most likely enjoyed the rest.
And what about these players who come out with, we had Brent Bobick with the finger injuries. You suspect that 1 or 2 more of the Nottingham guys down there are carrying injuries, and they're still prepared to come out and give it everything.
professional hockey players are ready to set those aside for a game like this. And I think that Super League and everybody deserves a lot of credit setting up a tournament with Benson and Hedges that goes down in the final game, and it's 2-1 that decides on who's the champions for 1998. Great finish.
It was, indeed. And Nottingham, of course, have won it. And it is the third time they've done it in 7 years of the Benson and Hedges Cup tournament. These are the previous winners. Cardiff in the very first year in 1992, a 10-4 victory over Whitley. Then it was Murrayfield. Nottingham won their first B&H Cup in 1994 with a 7-2 victory over Cardiff. But as of late, of course, the scorelines have got a lot closer. It was 2-1 last year when the Ayr Scottish Eagles beat Cardiff, and 2-1 again this year when Nottingham Panthers